Good afternoon. We are grateful to have the Lithuanian Prime Minister here with us today. We will start with a statement from the Secretary General, followed by the Prime Minister, and then we'll have time for your questions. Secretary General.
Thank you. And Prime Minister Ruginiene, dear Inga, I want to welcome again to NATO headquarters. It is great to have you here. Since 2004, Lithuania has been a valued member of NATO, making important contributions to our shared security. Lithuania serves as a role model for NATO allies. You just approved your state budget for 2026, aiming for a record high 5.38% of GDP on defense spending, already exceeding the The Hague Defense Investment Plan. Lithuania is also one of the top supporters of Ukraine. When measured against GDP, you are the third largest contributor of aid to Ukraine worldwide. Lithuania is also a welcoming host for many important NATO installations. Our NATO air policing has a home at the Šiauliai Air Base. Lithuania permanently hosts a German armored brigade as part of the NATO Forward Land Forces. And you foster expertise on energy security through the NATO Center of Excellence in Vilnius. Lithuania clearly understands that freedom and security demand serious investment. Lithuanians remember suffering under Russian occupation and know what it means to live with an aggressive Russia as a neighbor. Prime Minister, I know your own experiences reflect those of your country. Your grandmother lived in Ukraine. Your grandfather was deported to Siberia. You spent your childhood holidays in eastern Ukraine in a city now destroyed by the Russian full-scale invasion. Lithuania is shaping its future and leading the way on defense investment, working closely with allies to ensure our shared readiness and consistently supporting Ukraine. As Lithuania continues to play its part, NATO does too, through our forward land forces led by Germany, through Baltic Sentry, helping to protect undersea infrastructure, and through Eastern Sentry, ensuring robust deterrence and defense along the whole of our eastern flank. And most recently, through the deployment of a NATO counter-hybrid support team to support you in dealing with challenges posed by smuggling balloons from Belarus, impacting the security of air traffic along your border and also in your capital. NATO makes Lithuania safer, and Lithuania makes NATO stronger. So I want to thank you for your personal leadership and look forward to working with you to keep our deterrence and defense strong and address any challenges we might face. Again, Inga, thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you for such a warm welcome and for the open and constructive dialogue. Dear Mark, I greatly value this close and sincere dialogue. And NATO remains the cornerstone of Lithuanian security, and we have full confidence in the alliance and in the Article 5. Our security environment is challenging and tested daily through military pressure, hybrid activities, and attempts to divide allies. These challenges only reinforce our determination to remain united, resilient, and strong. Lithuania is taking its responsibilities seriously. This year we have allocated a record 5.38% of GDP to defense with the objective of achieving full defense readiness by 2030. We are preparing for the permanent deployment of a German brigade by 2027, and we continue to host United States troops, providing the highest level of host nation support. We stand ready to host additional forces as needed. At the same time, we encourage all allies to move swiftly towards allocating at least 3.5% GDP to core defense requirements. The security situation in our region remains serious. Hybrid action by the regimes in Russia and Belarus underline the need to further strengthen NATO's eastern flank. We appreciate NATO's support in addressing hybrid threats, including the recent visit of the counter-hybrid support team to Lithuania, and thank you for that very much. Incidents involving hybrid balloons launched from Belarus continue, highlighting gaps in the protection of allied airspace. We must work together to develop practical technical solutions. We also welcome NATO initiatives such as Eastern Sentry and Baltic Sentry, which have contributed to reducing hostile activities in our region. The transatlantic bond remains fundamental to our collective security. While Europe must continue to assume greater responsibility for its own defense, the United States remains an indispensable ally. A strong and united transatlantic relationship is essential for credible deterrence and defense. In these challenging geopolitical times, speaking in one voice is more important as ever. Continued support for Ukraine is equally important too. NATO must continue its assistance to help Ukraine defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Lithuania has contributed around 1 billion euros in military aid in 2025 and will maintain its strong support. We encourage all allies to contribute fairly, as a just and lasting peace in Ukraine is directly linked to security of Lithuania and of Europe as a whole. Thank you so much again for such a very welcome meeting. And as we speak before, I hope that next meeting will be in Lithuania.
I look forward to that. Thank you so much.